Hi, this is Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay, and today we're going to talk about Christopher Reeve's story. Yes, Christopher Reeve was my Superman in my generation. This week, there's a documentary all about Christopher Reeve, his beautiful family, the tragedy of him being a big superstar, and then he had this tragic accident in which he was paralyzed until his death 20 years ago. His family and the distribution company is putting out this wonderful documentary, but I'm telling you now, bring your tissues. Bring a box of tissues. It just will break your heart. This handsome man who seemed to be such a good person besides having those good looks. And that's how his life ended, in a wheelchair. And everyone had to take care of him. God bless his soul. Rest in peace, Christopher Reeves. And you might enjoy this picture. It is a limited release, so it might be hard for you to find. But you might be able to find it in your neighborhood. Check your local listings. The Thunderbolt trailer came out. Everyone was texting me, did you see the Thunderbolt trailer? Of course they were going to do that. Marvel has such a big fan base. But I'll tell you one thing, all of these Thunderbolt ensemble cast members were like super villains. And allegedly the super villains are turning to heroes now. We'll see. I don't know more than that because no one does. The trailers just came out, so we'll see what the film is about once it's released. It's going to be released next year. But I have to say, I saw Bucky. I saw the Black Widow sister, she's in it, and her father. Remember the Russian hero? But I have to say that this guy, Bucky, I've always been very suspicious of Bucky. Ever since he and Captain America, we think you're shady too. Yeah, I love him, but he's shady. You attacked our guy, Tony Stark. Bucky killed the parents of Tony Stark. Spoiler, I did put that down in the details, all right, but here's the point. And I always felt there was something strange happening in Endgame when he says to the Captain, here, Captain, take this shield. I made it for you. You might as well have it. And then when he started using the shield, when Thanos attacked him, and that shield started breaking apart, yeah, I'm very cynical. I said, that's Tony Stark's revenge. Because you tried to help Bucky destroy me. And if you remember the Civil War movie, Captain America almost killed our guy, Tony Stark. He was a vicious something, yeah. Yeah, you double teamed our guy. We never forgave you for that. We said that in our review years ago, you know. But my point is, we're going to see these Thunderbolts, what kind of character they are. Because Bucky, we have our eye on you. You've always been on two sides. We understand you were in a trance or whatever it was. But we don't trust the Bucky character. Because if you couldn't control yourself before, how are you going to control yourself now? Allegedly, you were healed in Wakanda or whatever they did to you. But we'll see how this thing pans out with Bucky. I love Bucky. Sebastian Stan is so cute. Who wouldn't? But that character is very suspect. All right, so we're going to see the trailer. I have the link down below, and you can tell me what you think. But I think they're all just a bunch of shady folk. Yeah, I said that. Look for that next year. Anything Ryan Coogler? You should go see. Everyone knows Ryan Coogler from the Black Panther movies, but he's done so much more. This is an Academy Award quality director, writer. Why wouldn't you want to see anything he puts out? Anything with his name is on it. Anything with Ryan Coogler's name on it, I'm there. Yeah, I will be there. All right, so we're going to see the Sinners movie, which is coming out next year. A lot of good stuff is coming, right? And Michael B. Jordan is the star. And we talked about this. It was an untitled project for a long time. So we did mention it a few months back. That's fine. It's coming out now. We're going to love this movie. I have a problem with these type of movies. It's hard for me to see it. Maybe some of the guys will see it and do the review for me, or I'll just force myself. These movies that are based 1930s, early Jim Crow days, 1870s, whatever they were. They bother me. It's hard for me to watch those type of movies. They're hard to watch. Okay, when I see our black guys being tortured and lynched and all that kind of stuff. That's hard for me, but I'll try to make an exception because, again, it's Ryan Coogler, and I gotta see it. All right, so we'll see what happens there. So the trailers I mentioned, Christopher Reeve story, Thunderbolt, Sinners trailer, all Warner Brothers. So you might want to look for that next year. Megalopolis. All right, what is that about? Well, here it is. You got a beautiful ensemble cast, but what's more important than the cast, even though they're all stars in their own right, is the director, Francis Ford Coppola, and everybody remembers him because he's a legend in his own time, considered one of the best directors of all time. Most people know him, I'm sure, from the Godfather series. That's fine. Michael Corleone, all those kind of people. And I've always said, you know what? And I'm gonna go off, but I'm gonna come back, watch. Michael Corleone felt so much compassion for his father in Godfather 1 that he left a life that might have been normal to cross over back into the family business of mafia and assassinated the person who got his father killed. That was his whole thing. That passion was there, and you felt it, even though you didn't agree with their lifestyle, but you understand a father's love for his son and the son's love for his father. Get it? And family loyalty, the whole thing. Megalopolis does not have that same passion. And I say that because you're gonna see a beautiful cast of characters. And I did have the guys run the characters, I guess, over here, whatever side they're gonna do it, all right. But I'll just go over with you. I mean, you got everybody in that. Adam Driver is Caesar, he's the main character. The mayor of this city, he wants everything to stay more or less status quo the way it is. The Adam Driver character is the visionary. He's the change agent for this film. Now, the problem that you're gonna have, I don't care about either one of you guys. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Neither one of you guys are compelling enough for me to care whether you achieve your goal or not. We find out that the mayor and Adam's character, Caesar, have some background. There was a murder, I'll just say that. And Caesar was acquitted. The DA was our guy, the mayor. All right, so that's the history back there. And there's also a daughter of the mayor, beautiful young woman, just gorgeous. But again, I need to care about one of you guys. I love Aubrey Plaza, and we're gonna talk about her shortly with okay, I'm gonna go off and then I'm come back in. Okay, so Aubrey had another film in the theater, My Old, right? I'm not gonna say it, I could. I love a good curse word when it's time, when it's appropriate, all right? Anyway, she's beautiful, and she's a wonderful actress. And so is the young lady who played the younger self, because the film was about us. What will you do at your age if you could look back and give your young self some advice, because you knew the future now, you're more experienced, you've seen life. And it was very touching. People had problem with the pacing, so the film hasn't done that much. It's in limited release, and it never really caught on, at least in the theaters that I went to. But let's go back to Aubrey. See, I'm connected to. Aubrey Plaza is a wonderful actress. I've said this in some other reviews. Yeah, she's put out some other films, independent films where she was a star, and she reflected so many different emotions throughout this movie. But this movie, she's playing a one-note kind of character. She's kind of crazy. In the other films, you had the different facets of her character. Different ways in which she was connecting with people. This one, she's a little cuckoo. But anyway, Aubrey is in it. Our guy, Lawrence Fishburne, is in it. And he narrated most of it as well. Now, he could have done more. We could have had more emotion with Lawrence. Lawrence is a wonderful actor, okay? We saw Shia LaBeouf. Shia, I love that kid. Even since Hole's Transformer, I'm crazy about him. But I don't want to see him in drag like that ever again. That cannot be unseen. All right, so it's all right, though, because I understand actors have to stretch themselves. Do you remember the movie we just saw with Brandy? Catherine Hunter. Remember the old lady? Yeah, she was in that. a very small part now. And of course, you had our director's sister. She's in it too. You know, she played in all the Rocky films. Tyler? All right, I'll put, the names are there. Because there's so many people, I really can't name them all for you. All of the acting was great. Visually is where you're going to enjoy this film the most. It is just beautiful. I cannot say it enough. Kudos to the graphic artist. Kudos to the cinematographer. What a wonderful job you did. But the characters and the writing, I don't know. And I don't normally down the writers, because my thing is, you wrote it for us. Here it is. We accept it. So I'm going to leave it like that and let you tell me what you thought of it. I just felt if you're going to see this film, you're going to see it for the visual superior quality that the cinematography emotes. Okay? So, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst, Megalopolis easily comes out a 4. Why? Because it's brilliant looking. Yeah, I would have given it an extra star. You can give it an extra star. You can give it an extra star if you enjoyed the writing and the characters. But I just felt the characters I did not bond with not one of those guys. But it's beautiful to look at. It's a masterpiece to look at. I have to say, beautiful. The substance. Do not be deceived. This is a good movie. You're going to enjoy it. However, you men who like to look at nipples and breasts, you're going to enjoy it more. Okay? Because there was a lot of nudity. The ladies' bodies are strewn across the floor. And I'm saying two, because you had the character played by Demi Moore. Margaret Qually played the younger version of Demi Moore. And I'll tell you what it's about. It's about the older Demi Moore playing Elizabeth Sparkle. She gets thrown away by Hollywood to say, you're too old. You get your box and stuff and get on out of here. She then finds a substance that makes her younger and a better self. So she doesn't look like a young Demi Moore. Is a different actress, as I said. However, she enjoys the success that Demi had as a younger woman. The thing is, and there's always a catch, you can only be the young person for 7 days. You can only be the older person for 7 days. And if you deviate from that, bad things that happen. Don't deviate. Don't do it. Of course, the younger Demi Moore character, which is now Sue, they call her Sue. She's having a great time being young, wonderful. She's a toast of the town. When it's your turn, 7 days of Demi Moore's character, you get to look at TV and live vicariously, I guess you could say. Because you get to look at your younger self and say, oh, they're having a good time, we're doing well. However, you're not. You're in the apartment, you're doing the same thing you did prior to taking on this substance. So I don't know how it benefited you, except mentally. Maybe emotionally it helped you. But no, you were not benefited by this experiment, okay? Now, the substance, we asked you to follow the rules, you didn't follow the rules. All right, so here comes Sue. She's having a good time. She's getting laid. You know, she has a boyfriend, taking drugs, whatever she wants to do. Demi, when you get your 7 days, you get there and you start eating and I guess trying to sabotage her. You're just hanging around the house looking dull and being miserable. You call the place up. They said, nope, we can't do nothing about it. You said you wanted to go through with this. It's going to be hard for you to turn it around. Okay. The problem that you do have, Demi Moore's character, is every time you wake up from your 7 days of being dormant, Sue now has taken more than her 7 days. So that has a reaction on Demi Moore's body. Her body starts to deteriorate. She starts getting arthritis, and I have to laugh because you got arthritis until somebody try to kill you. When somebody's trying to kill you, you run real fast like you don't have arthritis. How'd you do that? Huh? Because I'm an old lady. How'd you do that? All right, so you can see this movie and see how it ends. A lot of people said, oh, it ended like Carrie. They bit off a Carrie. You know, that famous movie that was out years ago with Sissy Spacek. All right. I'll let you see it. Tell me what you think. It is a good film. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Substance easily comes up at a 3.5. Yeah, because the concept is very good. I love that they were saying this. And we knew this all the time. How you guys, when people get old, you want to throw us away. You want to throw the old people away. Stop doing that. All right. So, but my point is, I understood the point that she was making with this film. And I love that she made that point. She showed the ugliness of Hollywood and how they treat aging women. She also, and I said this in my tweet, a lot of people say, oh, your tweets are too short. It's a tweet. All right. So I said this, weeks when it came out. This is a movie about a woman who hates aging. A lot of people hate aging. That's why these beauty products become so popular. That's why the men order so much Viagra. The whole thing. Yeah. You have to be comfortable with your aging. You have to age what they call gracefully. There's nothing wrong with looking as good as you can. You know, I can understand these old ladies who get these red wigs and these, they have these false eyelashes and stuff. I get it. You look the best you can. But when you go to such an extreme to take a product that you don't know nothing about, you don't know about any research, you're just so desperate. You're desperate to be young again. Enjoy your life, babies. I've said that to all you guys, all right? Because I'm getting ready to leave out of here. I understand you guys got at me again about my tweet about Halle Berry's movie. Never Let Go is the Halle Berry picture that has the two little children. So Halle Berry is the mother. She has these two little kids. They're desolate in the woods all by themselves. The woods are allegedly spooked with all these evil spirits. She's telling the kids, look, you guys have to stay in this place. Otherwise, if you go beyond a certain area, these evil spirits are going to get you. All right, so she gives the kids each a rope. Everybody's got the rope around their waist. And you can't go any further than this rope will allow you to go. That's all you can do. Don't go any further than that because the spirits will get you. All right, so that sounds good. Sounds wonderful. So along the way, you're going to see all kind of ghosts and spooks and all that kind of stuff. You don't know really what's real and what's not until they show their monstrous. Here we go. We didn't mind that Halle Berry is playing a crazy girl because she's an Academy Award winning actress. I know she can get better parts than this. She was an executive producer, which means she had the green light on some level. So I'm not sure why she was drawn to this picture, but that's okay. Okay, I never, as I said to you one time before, I don't bother these people with the writing and stuff. Yo, this is what you wanted us to see? Thank you, we accept it. All right, so here we go. All right, so here comes the spirits messing with them and everything like that. And over time, they run out of food. Now, this is the wrong time in our day's society with all the rhetoric going on with people eating animals. It's a wrong time for you to have a script. And you probably didn't notice because you probably did, you taped this probably last year, whenever it was. Nobody wants to hear about you contemplating using an animal as your food. Yeah. I'm just saying, and I put spoiler on all of this stuff so you guys can't talk about me because you say, Renee tells everything. And I don't tell everything. I just tell a little bit here and there. Until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley from Movie Review Relay. God bless.